Say hi, kitty. This is where my cat sits as I cube. Alright, baby. Probably gonna have to either lay down or move. Sorry. Alright. Good morning, afternoon, whatever, everyone, depending on where you are. I'm just doing a quick few solves I want to do. Actually, I'm going to do the 2x2 giveaway cube. I want to solve a couple on that. I just did a post. And then I'm going to do a couple 3x3, 4x4, and 5x5, and then we're going to be done. It's not going to be a 3-hour live stream like we had last time. So, yeah, let's just get into it. And if no one joins, no one joins. It's okay. I just figured I might as well do a live stream instead of just posting random solves. Okay. Let's get a better time than that. At least I ended my post with a 6-second, which is at least acceptable. $5.6. Power of suggestion. All I had to do was say it. All right, here we go. Almost the exact, I think that's the exact same time, 5.640. Dang, I wish I would have taken a picture of that. That was unreal. That was crazy. Okay. Ah, fuck up. No. Oh, God. Oh, I gotta skip. That skip saved me big time. Oh, man. Okay, let's do another 2x2, and then we'll do some 3x3, 4x4, 5x5. 7x7, I'm just not fast enough. I feel like it'd be torture to make you guys watch me solve it. I mean, it's like, 10 minutes or whatever, but it's like, you guys let me know if you're down for that. So that one was a 6.3. So far we've had a 5.6, a 5.6, two 5.6.40s. I'm pretty sure it was the exact same time, which is just unreal. Oh, I got a lock up. That would have been sub 5 for sure. Dang. Alright, let's see, let's scramble this a little better. It's funny, it's hard to scramble 2x2 too much. I got this orange block. Let's see. I'm not the most advanced with like EG or any of the advanced 2x2 solving methods. That's that one PLL. It's the I forget what it's with the actual name or anything of it, but when you have your solved tops in your headlights, again on 3x3, that's usually the ALG, but yeah, it's just on 2x2 they recommend a shorter, fewer move count algorithm, and I know it. It always gives me like a moment of pause because I think of that other algorithm for 3x3. Because for the longest time, I've just used all 3x3 solving methods for this. So, the Cubernet, what's up, man? Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, everyone. So this is the giveaway cube. I just wanted to do some solves on 2x2. I'm going to do a 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, and 5x5. If there's anything you guys want to see, just drop it in the comments there. But so far I've had two 5.6s in a row, which was unreal. A 6.2, an 8. I had God, I don't remember they all, but they've been all right between like 5 and 8 seconds so far. So that's been about my average. There we go. Let's do this. Ah! Oh God. Man, I need to learn. I've seen you a lot, but I must say the holding it back is probably your camera. Probably, yeah, I need to invest, but that's also why, small channels, gotta make money before you can invest money. But thank you. Yeah, I've said it. I don't know if you were here in the last stream, but I do have a camera. I haven't got it all set up yet because I want to do obviously I'm going to do an over the shoulder point of view, so you guys can really see the solves, because I think that'll increase, and then I'll just have my face just in like a picture in the corner. But yeah, but thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I obviously want to take your guys' feedback and run with it. So, and you guys are the ones watching, so I listen carefully. 5-5. Yeah, so like I also have a full-time job. I'm a chemist, and I'm an engineer also. But yeah, it would be cool. I mean, yeah, that would be a definite goal. And right now I'm just investing my own time, money, energy, and everything. And this is all just out of pure love and passion for puzzles. But yeah, I would love to be a full-time creator. Like I said, I have a very interesting job, and so it allows me, like, in my off hours, to have time to do stuff like this. So I think 5-5 is a solid time to end on. So I'm gonna switch over to 3x3. So you seem to know a lot about monetization and, like, being a creator and whatnot. Are you affiliated, or are you just know a lot? You're just a really educated person? Just curious. Because I've been educating myself a whole lot. I've just been trying to learn. That's why when you asked that question, I was like, yeah, I've been researching, like, I want to be a full-time creator, but it is, I know it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of it. You have to invest a lot of time and money in the beginning to get there. Because I do know that, you can get to a certain size, but once you get to a certain size, you really need to invest, like you said, in your equipment, your team. If you somewhat need a team at a certain point, especially if you're going to be cranking out content constantly. Because if you're just posting every once in a while, that's one thing that one person can handle that. But if you're trying to really, oh well, right on, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I was just curious. Like I said, I've loved like conversing with people that seem like they know what they're talking about, and you definitely seem like you know what you're talking about. So, but yeah, like I said, I appreciate the feedback from someone that's actually watching and paying attention, because I can make assumptions all day long, but knowing from you, yeah, that's everything. Dude, that was an interesting move that I just did. That was like not even planned, really. That was kind of a let's see what happens. I didn't even see my A-perm. That could have been. I quit cubing 3 months ago, so don't plan make music. Well, man, you don't need specific locations, but whereabouts are you from? Cool. I'm gonna be doing, so this is just a random one I picked for today, because I did my first live stream actually this last week, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. I enjoyed it. We got a lot of information back and forth between followers, subscribers, and me. It was great. Like, people were so knowledgeable in the stream. That's why I value your opinion, because like I said, people, just doesn't matter that I'm the one on camera. Everyone else can be just as smart or even smarter than I am. Don't claim to be the, I'm half Saudi Arabian and half Indian. Oh, cool. So do you live in the Middle East, or are you living in America? I ask because that's really interesting. And I'm curious what made you kind of stop creating and whatnot. Middle East. Oh, I was gonna say if you're out this way, maybe we could team up and you know, change the world together. Get some. Okay, nice. I've never been to India. It sounds, I mean, I've heard it's amazing. I know it's really like crowded in certain places, but I would love to go. I'm a huge travel fan. Like I'm a huge traveler. Love other parts of the world. It's awesome. Um, I know it's so different, I'm sure, when you're from there and whatnot, but I just, as a traveler, I know I would love to go there. So, so yeah, and just out of curiosity, what made you ask if I wanted to be a full-time creator? Or you just, yeah, food. Seriously, I would. Oh God, that sounds so good. Like real Indian food from actually from India, not from the local place. That would be amazing. I feel like that's just so true when you go anywhere. You go to these like small hole in the wall places and it's like the best food ever, and it's like life changing, and you're like, gosh, it ruins all the like food back at home for you. I'm curious, like, if you have ever tried, or American food, and if it American Indian food, and if it compares at all. Thank you. I do put a lot of thought into my ideas, and I have a pretty kind of racing brain a lot of the time, so I try to jot them down and follow through. I have an idea that I'm really trying to actually make happen, where I want to do an interview with Cubehead. I've talked to him a few times, and him and Jesse from the Cubicle, and then you might actually burgers. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I want to do a video where I want to talk exactly about what we've been talking about, like burnout and like stopping YouTube, and like whether it's worth it to continue on that journey. Because I've watched a specific video with you, Cubehead and Jesse from the Cubicle, where they went over that in real lightly, and I'd be curious just to know, because again, I know it's not as easy and it's not as straightforward. People just think it'd be great to make YouTube videos all day, but it's a grind. I can definitely agree to that. Oh my gosh, I thought I totally misread my OLL. Um, also, oh yeah, I've heard that a lot actually, and I mean I know that's a stereotype, but I have heard man, that is so. I've heard that exact, like almost exact comments. Like, I mean, I was actually in this live stream at the cube with the Cubicle this last week, and they had a kid who was saying, he's like, should I pursue cubing? My parents will not, are not okay with it. Like, same similar situation. Schooling is slipping and whatnot, and pretty much was looking for like validation on becoming a cuber. And I also let him know there's lots of ways besides becoming the best cuber in the world to monetize or to create a business. And so maybe just practicing cubing and becoming the fastest cuber maybe is not his best bet to convince them. Maybe showing them how it can become a business also is, I don't know, that was just an idea I had. But again, I'm not trying to make everyone monetize their their life or whatever. I just brought it up, so it got me kind of thinking about it. are you? Oh, God. Ooh, okay. Sorry that was a little slow. Oh, and thanks. The robot story. These guys, so they're right here, actually. I really do keep them by me all the time. They always crack me up. I feel like they're always like watching, like you're up to something. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, um, but in that last solve, like I said, I apologize for the slow part at the end there. I, I was trying to, I'm trying to get better at doing my PLLs without orienting the top layer. So without like matching your headlights to the color. Um, oh, okay, nice. Oh, that was you. Okay, that said that. Nice. Yes, this is the YS3. Good eye. I've been going. My last live stream was actually like a kind of going through my mains to see. The first was the tornado. I just got the newer like UV. I have the Pioneer already, but that one I UV coated myself, and I wanted the like factory UV coated just to compare. They're honestly almost the exact same thing, but I feel like they've also changed. Oh, nice. Yeah, like when I first started, I was like, why not? Like I would use the promo code, the coupon code with the cubicle, so I figured why not? And you can always take them off. Some of them I've UV coated on because that's what I do is I tinker, but yeah, you can also remove that as well if you really needed to. But yeah, so the first one I went through was the tornado because this cube's changed. Like I can definitely say this feels different than the first Pioneer I got. I got the Pioneer before they ever came out with UV coating, like a week before. To go steady before I want to tell you that you're amazing. Thank you so much. And just put in the house. Oh, the hour. Yeah, I absolutely. I'm gonna keep grinding. And thank you for the tip on the camera. Like I said, I'm trying to implement that right away. I want to get, like I said, an over the camera view or over the shoulder view, and then like just I don't take my face and just put it in the corner so it's not. Oh, and thank you. I appreciate that. I've put in some effort. I'm a little bit like OCD, a little bit attention to detail oriented, but that's part of my job too. I run a chemist. I'm a chemist and I run a lab in my free time, or in my job. Like, it's not my free time, but my job. This is my free time technically. But yeah, so I have a very strong attention to detail. And I also understand like chemicals and like how they react and whatnot with each other. So like that's how like I can understand how the alcohol is gonna cure and create a different surface and whatnot. And there's little things to it. That's why I did that update about vapor polishing too. There's a little post or a video I did about vapor polishing, just explaining the science behind that. And have a good day at work, or have a good day studying, man. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll get on those camera updates. A 12 is. Oh man, congratulations on the GAN 12. Man, I love mine. If it wasn't a smart cube, it would absolutely be in contention for my main. I love that cube, absolutely. Yeah. Well, hey, McKenna, welcome back. We're getting some people now. Of course, I told myself this is going to be a short one, and I feel like we're going to get some people in here, and then it's going to go all day. But welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys here. Let's do a solve just to kick it off. And yeah, the Cupid intro. His yo, is that what you're talking about? Oh, yeah. I'd love to meet him. Like I said, I've talked with him a bunch. I'd love to meet him in person. He's a nice guy. He's interesting. And yeah, I wouldn't want to meet a funny dude from Belgium. I think he'd probably be a crack up. All right, I'm gonna get this solved in, and then I'm gonna probably move up to 4x4. If you just joined, I am going through. We started with the giveaway cube. I did some 2x2 solves. This thing, one thing too is like I like to use it a little bit before I send it out. I should have done that more with the 3x3 because it just gets broken in like any cube. Yes, he is. He's great. And he does a good job of giving you good information and with that new style of like editing and whatnot. 'Cause some people don't like all that, the new flashy editing and whatnot, but he does a good job of balancing that out. And like I was telling someone earlier, I actually been trying to schedule like an interview with him because um, he's someone like that, someone I've met, not in person, but you know, over online and whatnot. How do you enter the giveaway? You just like, subscribe, and comment. And you can pick any video. All the comments show up in my YouTube studio all together, so you can pretty much comment on whatever video you want. But you need to be a subscriber first, and you just need to comment with any kind of like a video idea or some type of content you'd like to see from this channel. Yeah, Ting Man's super funny. I love that him and his daughter like you do a channel together. That's so cool. And I think I said this in the last one, but I got to give him super props because I did not really think of him as the guy to turn to for tutorials, but he's actually the one that got me through my square one for the first time. So yeah, right on for him. He's a very skilled solver. But yeah, like it's very easy. Like I said, as long as you're a subscriber and as long as you comment, I mean the comment is really so I know you're interacting and I can interact back with you and whatnot. But the subscriber, we're trying to build the channel. So yeah, I appreciate it. We're actually probably going to hit our 200 today. I think we were at like 195 this morning, so I'm guessing we're probably going to hit 200 today. So our giveaway is going to happen the same time as our 200 subscribers, which is awesome. I made this clear. I'm not going to pick the 200th subscriber because that would not be fair to all the people that have been subscribing and commenting up until now. That wouldn't be right. So, all right, let's do, like I said, I've already done 2x2. If you guys really want to see that, just say it. But I'm going to do one more 3x3, and then we're going to move to 4x4. I hate when the panic sets in. Actually, to be honest, I just was just doing a thing about this, how your cubing environment, and that includes like, the stressful competitions and whatever, can definitely increase your performance. Oh, this is like that was a Y perm. Yeah, I know, I should have been faster. I got a few, like, I always slow up when I start talking in the middle of my solves and stuff. You're obviously not giving it your like full attention at that point, but cool, commented, I will see it. And again, you still have a couple hours. I'm gonna do it like, my PB is like a 14, but I gotta usually work to get there. Like that's a day of warming up cubing, getting in that flow state, and like that was really locked in. I kind of like, if I just drop in, I'm usually averaging around 30, 25, something like that. And then again, the more I focus and the more I keep. Nice. Yeah, 11's great. I mean, once you get to like sub 15 as an average, I mean, that's solid, man. That is like, and at that point too, it's really just chipping away at like small increments of numbers. Yeah, I was just talking about that with someone, like the lower you get in your time, the more like a half of a second is a huge deal, where like when you're, I could literally get a 5-second variance between solves or whatever, but like just dropping a half second. I cut off 10 seconds in the week. Nice. In a week by turn. Yeah, see, and that's another thing too, is like that's one of the reasons I've been trying to post my morning solves and all this and whatnot, is because it gets me to do it. Like I get busy, I have, family life, work, everything, and it gets me to sit down and just cube for a while. I mean, that's one of the most important things. That was such an interesting. Should have sledged that. The YS3 is just so, especially with the like heavier layers and stuff, it's so snappy and so like fulfilling when you, it's so fulfilling when you like turn and complete turns. I do not have a wife. I am not married. I just haven't found the one yet. It's funny, these like I said, this is only my second live stream and it gets very, very personal, very fast. But that's okay, I don't mind at all. Well, thank you, I appreciate the vote of confidence there. Target. All right, I'll be there. Because if you don't show up, the good things can't happen, right? You gotta be there for things to. Is that your break or something? I'm just kidding. That would be really scary. If someone did that, and then you get there like, "Hey, I told you." Okay, let's do this. Okay. And this cube, like, I don't know if I need to tighten it, but it's falling way out of shape really bad. Like every time could just be my morning slowness and nerves or something. Green. Sledge, finally remembered to do it. And parity, of course. It wouldn't be a 4x4 solve without parity. Even this again, I think this is still parity. What the heck? Oh. I can't believe I did not. Oh my God, that was supposed to be a good time too. That was like, oh, can't believe I didn't see that V-perm. Okay. And no. So, okay, let me go back a little bit. The MGC 4x4, I have it. I can get it real quick. Just give me 1 second. So I have both the 4 and 5. At one point, I over-lubed the 4 when I first got it, and I haven't taken it apart yet. So I'm gonna be honest, I haven't given this one much of a second chance. Like pretty much, if I break it in and I give it a couple solves, it's fast as all get out. But like, it gets real gummed up from, I just over-lubed it a little bit when I first got it. But it starts getting really fast, like really quick. I can already feel these outer layers starting to speed up again. But honestly, I really like the 5. The 5, and this one I think I just didn't abuse it so badly. But yeah, the 5 is nice. There's a lot of new cubes coming out. Like this actually feels big. Let's see, for my MGC. So yeah, it's a great cube. Like just don't over-lube it, because it's a fantastic cube. The inner layers or inner magnets are nice and heavier, like they should be. The outer layers are lighter. It's a fantastic cube. Like there's no one will say anything bad, because these cubes are not only a great price, but they're good quality too. It's just like I said, they're just finally coming out with some new big cubes. So like they just had the Vin cube, they had the like Hong 5x5, Gam's doing a 5x5. I mean, there's a ton more big cubes coming out than in the past, so that's just a fact. But like the MGC is always going to be awesome and relevant. But yeah, I'm excited for you, because I'm sure it's going to be awesome when it comes. Yeah, do you solve 4x4 already? And I do not know EPLL. No. And I want to learn. I also want to learn, what is it? The 2x2. Is it EP or whatever? Or EG? Sorry, EG. Like that's the other one. Like I'd love to learn all the subsets of all the like algorithms and stuff to really like get faster, because I still solve this a lot like a 3x3 essentially. I know all my PLLs and OLLs and everything, so I can get it done pretty quick. But like it's never gonna be as fast as if you know the actual. I think it's EG is with the. Where all. Yeah. That's where CFC. Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know COLL. You also have the MG. Oh wow. So you do 6x6. That's awesome. That's like the one cube that I don't do or don't have. I just haven't done it yet. I just, like I said on my 4x4 solve, I feel like I get so many parodies all the time, and even in 5x5 you still get edge parodies. So I feel like with 5x5 I try to cut down, or with big cubes I just like to cut down on parodies as much as possible. So that's why I went with a 7x7. It's technically bigger, more work, but it still seems like less work than parodies. But that's just in my head. But yeah, that's awesome. 6x6 is 7x7 and 6x6 are interesting. The last edges are very interesting. I didn't expect, like I went into solving 7x7 thinking it was just going to be the same as a 5x5, just pair your edges. But I guess technically there is a last two edges algorithm for the 5x5 as well. But like with 7x7, it's interesting how you like slice and then you flip and then you slice back, and it puts pieces in place, right? It was very interesting to learn that. I don't know why, but I just thought that was cool, because it felt like then you could use that same method for 5x5 or anything else if you want, or if you want it trying to fix parodies or anything. Like I just like using the knowledge I've learned and trying to apply it to other puzzles and whatnot. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one on the Meilong. I've had like totally mixed results with this cube. This is one I was considering UV coating too. Someone was saying I should UV coat like everything from 2x2. Oh no, parody for. Yeah. I always seem to get a parody. At least one. I don't think I ever just get through a solve. I mean, I know it's common, but. I think backwards. I started after I put after I put my centers the wrong place one time. Now I'm super anal about like checking. I always think I'm gonna put them in the wrong place. I got towards the end of my solve and realized I had put the centers in the wrong place, and I was like, oh, what a dodo bird I am. Where did my piece go? There it is. See, that's the only issue with the Maylong is it's obviously a little cheaper, a little more flimsy, but where's my, there it is. And it gives me a little bit of like deformation. It goes like deforms just a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay. I don't know why this just didn't look like my last two. No parity! We'll see a PLL now. We got, I'm gonna say it's, oh no, it is. I was gonna say, let's go for it like it's not, but it is. There we go. There's still parity, oh my god. So, it's about a 15-second difference. I got all those extra parities and it still was only 15 seconds difference. Cause I also botched my last one too. I got a UV coated magnetic 7. What? Was it DIY UV coated or from the factory? And UV coating a sticker cube absolutely would work. I've someone else talked about that, and like I UV coat stickers onto cubes and whatnot, and it's literally the same thing. It's a sticker on plastic. It'll just make it super shiny and glossy. So one thing I will say is take like a toothbrush you don't use obviously, and like clean the edges of the stickers because you're gonna UV coat it and it's gonna seal that permanently. And I would say you'd want it to be clean and hopefully, so it doesn't seal it with a bunch of dirt under each sticker. But if you just scrub the edges of each sticker before you do it, it should look awesome actually. It should be super glossy. All your stickers will never get damaged again. They won't get dirty. They won't get scratched or chipped. I'm loving you. Yeah, that's why I got into it. Is like I got my Tornado V3 Pioneer, like I said, a week before they came out with the UV coated version, and when they did, I was so upset. I was like, no, how did I miss that? I'm like, what are the chances? So I was like, I'll figure it out. I'll do it myself. So that's what I did. Yeah, it's exactly, it's a tactile feel thing. It's like you just can't beat that feel of it's smooth yet grippy at the same time. It's like I said, it's all kind of all the good things you want. Literally the only upside I can think of to standard cubes at this point, like matte cubes, are that it gives a nostalgic one. They're usually lighter. They're nice and really light because it's like cheaper plastic. It doesn't have that coating on it, but it just gives me a more nostalgic feel. Oh, from the factory. So what cube was it, if you don't mind if I ask? The $16 UV coated. Because I got the Maylong 7x7 recently, and that was, I feel like, was a steal for $20 for the 7x7. That's one of the best performing 7x7s I've ever felt. Cool, yeah. So yeah, I was just cubing on the YS3. I have all versions. I have the standard, which I added maglev to. I added maglev to all of my standard cubes. The YS3M, the WRM-V9, the RCRM-V5, all of those MOU cubes that you can add maglev to, I added to because I think that it changes the performance drastically. And the Guhong I actually have right here as well. This was still here from the last live stream. I get the kind of same question a lot. So this, I want to just point out too, I've said this before, but this is like so much like the Tornado, it's ridiculous. I mean, when I had, they're going to look different now because this is the UV coated version. But like when these first came out, it was ridiculous. The Tornado, when they first came out, how similar they looked. They had that really squared off, like really squared corners, really square feeling, but really awesome performance, really fast. I mean, the Tornado was almost considered to be too fast at the time. So yeah, this cube just, I don't know what I just did, but you guys probably saw it because you were watching when I was. But yeah, this thing feels amazing. This is one of my top recommendations for only $20 for the maglev version. And I think this well outperforms the Qi EM Pro with the edge repelling magnets and everything. And it's lighter too. I mean, this thing is like, look at how it auto completes those turns. Like, I'm not even finishing the turn and I'm like flicking as soft as I possibly can. But yeah, it's really nice. The Youngjin Yufu. Wow, nice. Oh, Amazon. Okay, nice. Yeah. Awesome. Man, it's ridiculous. Yeah, under $20 is like I said. That's why I got that 7x7. And I was like, man, 7x7 for $20. Can it be that good? It was recommended from a friend, and it was amazing. I'm gonna do one solve on this Guhong. This thing feels like this. I love the feel of this thing. Like, I wasn't joking. This cube is amazing. So quiet too. That's the other reason I know it's like, it reminds me of the Tornado is. I started talking and almost spaced on my PLL, but yeah, it's another reason it reminds me of the Tornado. Like, all I hear is the squish of the lube essentially, and like a little clacky from the plastic, but so quiet. And then Tornado. Super quiet. So anyways, let's do our 5x5 solve. We'll make this one an hour. So we're at 43 minutes right now. I was only planning on doing like a 15-minute thing, so let's go to an hour and we'll call that good. I wanted to kind of relax today. We got our giveaway going on, so I want to give people a chance to get in there. Remember, we do have that giveaway cube. Came out beautiful. I'll probably end out the stream doing another solve on that as well. But let's do 5x5. Indecision's the worst enemy. So keep moving. Keep moving. George go? There he is. There you are. Bad pause. Blue and yellow. Come on, where are you? Okay. I always say if it was a snake, it would have bit me. It's always right there. I'm always looking way harder than I need to. Green, green, green. Okay, we're gonna fix this parity real quick before it gets too late. Now let's move on. Green, green, green. Oh God, did that bad. Sorry, green and green. Let's see. And blue. Should have sledged. There's the sledge. Sledge is just, I think, is a much faster, in certain circumstances, a much faster B. Whew. Man, that was a long one. Sorry, that was 5 minutes. Let's see yeah, I might not say it. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you found it. Give you guys a good few minutes there to chat. All right. Let's do a 2x2 solve. I don't know. I literally I can average around like 2 minutes on 4x4. I don't know why 5x5 takes me so much longer. It's over twice as long, and it shouldn't be. So yeah, that's something I've been working on. Ah! Man. See, if I knew EG, that would have been fast, but I'd kind of have to do it like layer by layer, really. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to anyone that's new. It looks like it's all the same people still. I guess we have all of our two. Welcome, someone just joined. All right, let's do, kind of want to do another 4x4 solve. kind of want to try the MGC now that, or take, okay. Thank you. See, this is the kind of tips I love, because like, I'm not I haven't educated myself near as much in 2x2. Just kind of, so good to know. And that was a terrible solve, I have to say. Only 3 hours here. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, so I was gonna say, to be fair, I was just getting 5s and 6s a second ago. That was a really bad solve. I've swapped over and I got my brain back in 3x3 mode. But that's amazing. Only 3 algs you have to learn. That's like one afternoon of work. See, the MGC, it starts to speed up. I overlooped it. I did it myself. And again, it's not very fun to take apart 4x4s. That's why I never did it. So I've been trying to kind of like wear it out and whatnot. Okay. Let me do another 2x2 solve. So this is the giveaway. This is not my main also. This is a cube that I just modded, so just be aware of that also. I mean, it's a great cube, but I'm not familiar with it as my main or anything. Oh. Do one more on this one, then I'm gonna get my main real quick. Oh, the pause from hell. Oh, see, like that would have been a 6, but I sat there for 3 seconds staring at it. Let me grab my GAN 1 second. Okay, so I also have the Qi EM Pro. I kind of want to try that actually. I almost forgot I had this cube. But this is the Qi EM Pro ball core. Yeah, this feels a little bit more like what I'm used to. I messed up my OLL. Okay, there's like a couple OLLs for 2x2. What's up? Funny, I was just looking into it again to it. You know how it compares. So it's hard to give any cube like a comparison to the GAN. The GAN is a lot more expensive. So this is actually the most expensive. This is the Leap UV edition. So this is going to be like their highest end one. But you can get like the M Pro or like the Air thing for like in the low 30s or high 20s, I want to say. So it's hard to compare them at first. Oh man, 5 a.m. Good morning, buddy. Thanks for joining the live stream. But yeah, so like you gotta also remember you're comparing like a $10 or $20. Depends if it's the MGC Elite or if it's the MGC. But it's hard. Like it's hard to compare those two because MGC always has good puzzles and they always have good prices. But I think this is one of the best 2x2s in the market. I mean, I have my magnets turned way down. It's ball core. I mean, this thing just. There's a reason it's like so fluid, and so is this one actually. Like I probably was a little too harsh on this one when I did the review for it because I'm so used to sorry, this is my hands problem, not the cubes. But I was a little bit harsh on this one just because I didn't notice a lot of like ball core difference. But like if you think about this one, doesn't don't notice the ball core a lot either. It's just a very nice smooth cube. So yeah, the CCEM Pro ball core, I would say, great cube. This one is only $11. So just, I should put that out there. We're talking about cheap, or different price tier 2x2s. This is $11.99 for a ball core 2x2. So honestly, I would recommend this one. This is a great cube. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. My review is more just like, I don't know how much the ball core is changing it because I can't feel the regular one, but like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's so flowy. I mean, it's like, because there's no centerpiece, it's just all the pieces are touching all the time. You don't need as many magnets, you don't need as much stuff, and it really flows nice. And that's why it took me a little bit of time to get used to the giveaway cube, because these magnets are definitely a little bit stronger. This is more like what you'd get out of a non-adjustable magnet cube, like just, because they wanted to have a firm magnetization, but it's not over-magnetized, obviously, as you can see, but like, it definitely is a change of feel going from one to the other. Because yeah, here, let me do a solve on the GAN. $545. So yeah, like I said, it's just, there's like zero resistance on this cube. I mean, it flows so nice. Cuber Kellen, I know of him. I don't personally know him. We've like definitely communicated online before. We've both commented on each other's videos. I'm a huge supporter of other cubers. I'm not some like hater. So like if they're a cuber out there, I've most likely checked them out and subscribed and left comments and whatnot. Yeah, because I mean, this is all about spreading knowledge and information and like hopefully good vibes. You know what I mean? This is not about like, we had someone was in the Cubicle live stream, came through and said some really inappropriate stuff, and it's just like, dude, this is a cubing like forum here. This is like somewhere where people should come and feel safe to talk about cubing and not feel like weirdly judged or anything. It's like, that's why I really oh, nice, very cool. You guys got to be a little bit younger, right? Because I'm I'm an old fart, so that might be another reason why I don't know him personally. But he's very knowledgeable. Like I said, I check out his stuff all the time. Anyone that has anything interesting to say, I'll watch their video. I can't remember if he was the one that did a stream with it, or a video with his buddy reviewing cubes, and now it makes me wonder if that was you, because 12 and 11. Okay, wow. So okay, so that's actually interesting you say that, because I was always, so when you set up your live streams or your videos, it asks if it's for children, and I always hit no, because if you hit it's for children, then it'll be moved into the only for kids category. But yeah, it might have. I mean, if you guys do videos together, that's awesome. You guys were great. You guys were funny. I love good banter back and forth and whatnot, and yeah, you guys did a great job. Yeah, that's why I am all about like having community in this community, I should say, or like having friends and people you talk to and stuff, because it's so much more fun when you have someone to share it with. Like, I just met my neighbor and I found out that he cubes, and it's so much more fun when you can have a friend over and race and compare and share cubes, share knowledge, share like alg information, share this, that, the other. I mean, it's so cool. So yeah. I figured you cubed if you were on it with him cubing on his channel. I figured you, because you guys sounded like you both knew what you were talking about. So, all right, let's do a solve on this is the CCEM Pro. $4.592. Yeah, dude, I feel that. My neighbor is like, he averages like 6-7 seconds, on 3x3, and he does like everything up to 7x7. I mean, he crushes me at everything. But again, it's all about personal growth. This is an event where you're more competing against yourself. I mean, you are competing against everyone else, obviously, but you know, it's not, if you don't beat them, it's okay as long as you're growing personally. I mean, that's really what matters. As long as, you know, you keep doing stuff that getting times that make you happy, that you're growing, and that's what matters. I actually had someone comment to me say, "How come you have so many nice cubes if you get such slow times?" And I was like, well, one, if you don't like the times, you don't have to watch. I'm definitely not, you know, holding you hostage here to watch my videos. But I said, there's no like. Someone else actually commented with a very funny comment. They said, it's not like certain cubes get unlocked like a video game when you hit a certain PB or something. They're like, if you want it, you can buy it. And that's exactly it. Is I wanted these cubes, so I got them. Like I said, I'm a little older, so I do have a job and stuff. And so I just, when I can afford it, I get new cubes. And when I can't, I don't. And when I do, I share it with you guys. And that's why it's really just, you guys have just been kind of on my personal journey with me. And that's why I really appreciate all the support and stuff, because I'm learning, and actually I really appreciate the people in here, because I usually feel like we're learning together, and that's what I'm here for. Like, I'm happy to answer questions, I'm happy to help, but I find a lot of times people help me just as much as I help anyone else. So all right, so yeah, the MGC 4, good. I'm really excited for you to get it. I hope you really like it. And like I said, just don't over lube it, because it's such a bummer. What V-perm do you use? Let's see. Let's get 3x3. So I use the R prime, U, R prime, U prime, rotate, R prime, F prime, R2. Is that the one that you do? That's the pretty standard. Let's see if I can do this. I think it's the one that was like, that's so funny that you just said that. So I literally just joined Discord last night. I signed up, got all set up. So yeah, I think that one's the one just from like the old, so this is sad, but the jperm.net website's not up anymore. And I just think that's terrible, because I liked his algorithms, and I feel like he put a lot of time and thought into picking good algorithms. Hello, Slap the Sushi, what a great name. Yellow, Yellow to Slap the Sushi. You guys all have great names. I need to learn CFOP. Yeah, so I have some videos, like, I don't know where you are on that journey, but I do have some videos, or one video specifically about like training techniques for PLL and whatnot, because like I know when you get into it, it's very overwhelming. There's like a huge list of, you know, OLLs, a huge list of PLLs, your F2Ls, and then there's ZBLLs, there's COLLs, there, you know, all these things, other strategies for solving, and it can be a little overwhelming. So I do have a little thing. Again, I cannot post in the description for this. I'll post a link to that if you'd like. But it just talks about like strategically choosing which algorithms to learn. So like, especially like when I first started solving, you know, first you just want to get the cube solved. But once you got past that point, I started writing down like which cases I would get. I wouldn't necessarily know the names, but I would either draw them, or I'd same OLL and PLL. I would find the most common ones. And like, for example, oh, nice. Nice. The cactus shapes. I love, everyone has their own like way they describe the shapes, and I love hearing that. And congratulations on learning full OLL. Awesome. Like that's the one thing I have not completed my OLL yet. Like, I mean to, but I started to like really dive into it, and then I got kind of distracted getting really efficient into my F2Ls. But yeah, that's an awesome goal. I mean, that's an awesome achievement. So congratulations. And and yeah, so back to what I was saying is like, so for like when you're starting out learning OLL, like start with the ones that include the cross first, because like you obviously know from the beginner method how to, you know, achieve your cross. You know, you can like take your, if you have a hook, line, or dot, you can turn it over, do your righty alg, and it'll make a cross on the top. So like knowing you can with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves, essentially, you know, you can set up your cross in 6 moves. So then if you can learn, I think it's like 8 OLLs that have cross involved. So that gives you like only 8 that you have to learn first, and then it can kind of give you, you know, then you find the ones that come up more and more often, and you know, then you know, you just work that way. Same with the PLLs, like find the ones. Oh, nice. I will include it. Yeah, yeah. If you'll actually, if you'll check it out, I will definitely put it in there, because I just sometimes people are like, I don't need that video, so I don't want to like, you know, impose it on you. But yeah, if you will use it, I will absolutely make sure to include it. Because yeah, like I said, it talks just about that, like finding your PLLs that, you know, noticing the PLLs that you, because again, a lot of times when you're training, you don't want to necessarily be doing time solves constantly. You want to start doing, you know, strategic, really like methodical planned solves where you're really watching where the pieces are moving and stuff. And you know, you can get to time solves anytime, but you're gonna definitely get more efficient by doing that. And when you're doing that, like I said, now you have time, because you're not timing yourself, to stop when you get to the PLL case, and you're like, okay, this, I have this PLL. You can even look it up, and then make like a note, like even if you just write the names down on a piece of paper or make a spreadsheet or anything, and just put a little check mark next to that one, and look at the ones that have more check marks, and you'll see, okay, I get this PLL a lot, I'm going to start with that one. It's a way just to divide the work into manageable amounts. I mean, like I said, for a lot of people, it's very overwhelming when they first get into it, and this is a way to like really let you, you know, you choose one, what you think is going to be the most effective. And you're going to notice too, because those are popping up the most, when you get them finally, you're going to be so excited, because you know the PLL or OLL for that case, and then that's going to increase your time, which is going to make you feel good, and it's going to want to increase your desire to learn. I mean, I used to teach music. I used to teach a lot of different things, so I do understand like the philosophy behind teaching and learning. It's a huge, you know, you need to have that like gratification, that reward system. OLL is also much easier than you expect. It's not like PLL, a lot of them. So true. So that's so true. There's like, as I was, like I said, that's why I got distracted, because I was like, oh, I got these, and I really didn't, but I felt like I did, because there are a lot of similar ones. They're very close in moves. You are one SU. I don't know what that means. Sorry. um, But yeah, I will, like I said, I'll definitely include that video in the description. It takes a little while. I've noticed it takes a little while for YouTube to post the actual live stream. So why don't I actually, so what I'll do is I'll actually make a post on my, so if you go to like my community section of my page, I will make a post of just that video. I will post it and say, here is a link to this video, a training video. So if you go into my community section like 10 minutes after I finish this, we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon here, I'll make sure to add a link to that, because like I said, I don't know exactly when I don't know exactly when YouTube posts their live. Like I know it happened, but like last one, it took them almost 12 hours to post. So like I don't want you waiting 12 hours to be able to get that video. So I'll put, like I said, I'll make a post right away. So look again, it's under community. When you go to someone's page, their posts, it should pop up if you're a subscriber. But if it doesn't, just go to my page and go to community, and I'll have the link right there for you. And my fidget algorithm, it used to just be like when I first started, that's how I got really fast at like the righty alg. It's just like I'd sit there and watch TV and do this for hours. I mean, it got like, I feel bad because anyone else sitting in the room, it's just this noise going on for like hours continuously. But that's not the case so much anymore. I really like J-perms. They're just so, I've said this before, the rotational flow, like the it's very like has a very back and forth cool like wrist rotation. So if you like J perms, then you probably also like T perms. That was my first one because it's and it's essentially like a J perm. It just has those setup moves. The first 3 moves are moved to the end, and it's very similar. So like that was what I would do for the longest time, is this. It looks cool. It has a lot going on, and it also just so does the J perm though. Like, so they're very similar. But this also comes back to like the training. Oh, I love. My hands are all getting sweaty. It's like they actually went from cold, my hands were like locking up, to now they're sweaty. Oh, there you go. I like that one a lot. I like the back finger flick. Like for whether it's a U perm, like that's why I do. So like if you know, it depends. Your U perm depends on which way you want to move it. But like for this one, like I would go. Sorry, I'm like talking out here. I'm like thinking, and as I'm talking, whatnot. And then like your other one is just, and then again your H perm or your Z perm. Again, that back finger flick to end it, because I don't like when you're doing your Z perms, you have your ring finger or whatever finger doing your M slices. So to re-grip, come up and do that U prime at the end is very hard. So that's why I use the back finger flick. Let's see. Are you going in the competition in March? Are you in Colorado? Yeah, I love that execution of that U perm. A lot of people like the RU one. I think it feels amazing. The way it feels when you, especially when you get the M part back down, because like I used to come over the top for the M slice. I was like obviously it's M prime at first, but then at the end you have that M, and once you can get like the push down, it feels pretty good. So that's that Z perm again, and then. So I saw you asked, so probably not. I'm in Colorado. I'm doing I think it's called the Pretzel Mania competition. I'll be competing. That's in Colorado. I believe it's in May, like beginning of May. That was the next one. So like Happy Crew Deja Vu 2024. I was there. Z3 Cubing was there. Mega Minx Cuber was there. There was a good amount of like Colorado-based cubers there, but I couldn't get in. The registration was closed by the time I heard about it, so I personally didn't get in. So I just went and hung out and had fun, and you guys, there's a video on that if you guys want to see it. In Ohio, nice. I don't know if you remember, I don't know how old you are, but there was a song called Ohio is for Lovers, and it was My Heart is in Ohio. That was like a song, God, that's probably almost like 20 years old now, or 15 years old. Never mind that makes me sound a little dated. I actually push it from the front with my ring finger. Let's see, from the front. So you do your, let's see, push from the front with my ring finger or pinky for that one. So like you like pull, is that what it is? Like you drag, like pull it back like that? Or sorry, I get what you're saying, because it's, oh no, that's the M slice. So this is the M. So you pull like from the front back, is that what you're saying? Ooh, interesting. Let's see how that would go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, see, like, oh, that's interesting. It's so awkward at first. Especially because, like, you have to take your, so the reason Yes, just okay, at least I did it right. So the only reason that it probably feels awkward to me, and this is where I'll have to analyze it a little bit, is like, so doing it this way, you don't have to move or regrip your fingers. Essentially, you're essentially moving your finger from here, and then because you did the slice, your finger's already on the bottom of the piece. So doing the M slice that way is probably, I would think, is the most efficient. You're not moving your finger to the complete other side of the cube. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been told all the time by people that, oh, that's not the most efficient alg, but for you, it very well might be. Like, I know that for me, the algs that I've practiced are the most efficient. So use what works for you. It's always good to expand and learn other ways to do it. But if that's what works best for you, that is awesome. What are my main cubes? So the last live stream was actually all about that. I was doing like a run through and trying to find out what I was getting my best times on. So I had the YS3, which is still one of the main contenders. I didn't have the Tornado out that night, but that's one of them just because I've always loved this cube, and I think it's one of the most smooth. I just don't know. I don't know if it's. I really like the rigidity and the blockiness of the YS3 and even the RS3M V5. So I just don't know if it's going to be my main, but I do love the V3. But like, I think my main was probably going to be the YS3 or the RS3M V5. The only other one that even was a contender is the WRM Special Edition. So I'm just making our schedule. Sorry, I don't mean to skip around so much. I just see that. Yeah, same thing. I'll try your method because, like I said, there's whatever works for you is what's best. I mean, like I said, I had J Perm and tell me that, because I personally do wide move A perms. I do like a T perm with wide arm moves, and that is a perm essentially. And some people know that, some people don't. It's a pretty obvious one. He actually has a whole video about why that sucks. He said, and it's just it's more moves, but for me it's more fluid. I already know it. It's very convenient. I really like it, so I use it, and I still am learning. I know the other algorithm, and I'm still trying to practice and get more efficient with that one because he made a good point, and this is where I don't disagree with their opinions, but it comes down to what works for you, and this is where I'm like definitely not knocking your method, because if that works for you, man, I guarantee you're probably faster than me anyways. But yeah, I will try it because, like, again, it's all about learning and trying things, and if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, you don't have to do anything, And my schedule for live stream, I'm just making it because this is only my second live stream now, but I think I'm gonna do like either Tuesdays or Wednesdays I'm gonna post a schedule, but it's gonna be Tuesdays or Wednesdays evening, and then like I think Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So again, I will post an official schedule because I want to be able to people to actually know when to show up if they want to. I know I just pop up randomly, and that's not really fair to everyone. So yeah, just know it'll be like midweek in the evening, and then on the weekend in like the afternoon, right around like this. I figured this is kind of a good time, Even it might be more like 3, just to give people a chance to rest and sleep in and stuff. I know a lot of people get up and I know also people are all over the world, and the times are all over the place. But I try to be respectful of people's time. So I've just been solving. We had a lot of questions so far. A lot of analyzing algs and just kind of going over what we think is the best way to do them. So again, my main cubes, so Tornado V3 is like in the contention, but the YS3, the RS3M V5, and the WRM V9 Special Edition. So that Special Edition I wasn't a huge fan of for the longest time. It's actually right here. But I added maglev back to it. I know that sounds silly because they removed the maglev and the edge repelling magnets, but it's so nice feeling. I mean, so I talked about rigidity earlier. So I was kind of not happy with the springs. It made it a little flimsy. It's probably hard to tell on camera, but like this is actually a lot more rigid than Then let's like, do I even have a, oh, here's one. A standard cube. Oh no, this has maglev as well. I put maglev in everything. So, okay, this is spring. Okay, so you see how like how much this deforms, how like flexible. I mean, and this is even a very blocky cube. I've done a video where I compare this to the RS3M Super. Like the piece shape is very similar. The blocky nature. This is one that I UV coated and added magnets to myself, so it now performs great. But yeah, RS3M V5. That, like I said, that is definitely in contention for my main. V5 on top, you think? Yeah, like I said, it's so hard because I think I get good times with all of them, and they're pretty similar, especially like the V5 and the WRM V9. I feel like are kind of similar. The V5 just feels like a little more basic version, but I like that. It's kind of simple. All right, CJCO, you have a great day, man. Thanks for joining, and I will post, like I said, I will post a schedule for the live streams. Hey, Cuber Kellen, so someone was talking about you earlier. Your buddy was here for CFOP. Yeah, so it depends really on where you are in your where you are in your training and what level you are of. But I would say for if you're trying to get faster and more efficient at CFOP, because I'm even working on this, is work on efficient cross solutions. Work on trying to see your first pair in the scramble before, and like, because again, once you solve your cross, it's going to change the pieces. So you need to see that first pair even after you've manipulated the pieces and made your cross. So that's a huge part of it. That's what's look ahead and everything. That's what they talk about all the time for efficiency. Also, just learning your PLLs, your OLLs, and getting your F2Ls efficient. Because I don't even know all of F2L, like every single algorithm for every single case, but I'm enough of a puzzle solver where I can be pretty efficient about it usually. But yeah, and take it in stride. I've been saying that all day, but like don't make it overwhelming as far as what you need to learn. Take it in pieces. That's awesome. So Mr. Cuber Kellen, I think it was you guys. I was asking your friend if you guys did a video where you guys reviewed cubes together. He said it might have been you guys, but I wasn't sure, because I know I've checked out your channel before, and I've definitely commented and whatnot. I was telling him I like to show support to other fellow channels as well. And you guys did a great job. I didn't realize you guys were only 11 and 12. That's awesome. You guys did a great job on your videos. Oh no, no! Where were you? Do you know at all where you might have been? Oh man, that's a shame. I'm so sorry. I felt like I was gonna lose a cube at that comp. I went to the Happy Crew Deja Vu, and like between all the kids, just like I had a backpack full of cubes, and like F in the Jeff or lost cube. There you go. At least keeping it kid friendly. That's all that matters. You guys say what you want. I just don't want to exclude anyone. Cracking me up. God, I keep forgetting to sledge. I don't know why. Just like it's like my brain won't do it no matter how hard I try. There we go. Oh, I almost messed up that F perm. Such an easy one too. I love F perms, but like, God, I have one rotation, and I thankfully I saw it and was able to fix it, and Like, that's one of those things when you get going so fast, stopping mid-alg and fixing something can almost be just almost harder because you're running off muscle memory. That's why like explaining it or going through it slowly on stream or like in videos is always harder than just doing it, because like my brain is just like, it knows how to do it. That's not the problem. The problem is once you get halfway through and you're like, wait, what move comes next? Because your brain just does it. That's the beauty of muscle memory. It's amazing how that works. Yeah, man, screw those people. That's, like I said, I felt so, I mean, I knew it was a bunch of friendly kids that there and whatnot, but like there were some people who were like, hey, let me have a free cube. Let me have a free cube. And I'm like, you know, I'm not just gonna give away my nice cubes. I'm like, I'm happy to let you use it for a minute or, you know, try it. But sorry, let me get some of these questions here. Yeah, that's one thing I've made very clear on this channel, especially like this is a friendly place where we come to exchange knowledge and information and skill and everything, and like hopefully people respect that, because like, yeah, I couldn't imagine taking someone's cube at a comp or somewhere. It's like, come on, dude, like this is cubing. This should be like, I was watching this Dude Perfect video once, and they do that episode or that thing called Cool Not Cool, and he goes, if we can't be honest during show and tell, what can we? And I was like, that's such, like, that's how I feel about cubing. It's like, if we can't be friendly and honest when we're doing cubing, where can we? So my PB is like a 14, is a 14.4. It was rare. It got a big skip. Plus, it was like a long day of practice. But yeah, that's not my average. My average is more like a 23. You know, I'll get a sub 20 regularly, but like again, it's not an average. It's not regular. Like I don't try to lie about my times. Dude, yo-yos? Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, I have a yo-yo friend. Oh my God. And yo-yos are not cheap. Like I remember when I was into yo-yos, like I was spending a lot of money on yo-yos. Like when I'm into a hobby, I'm into it. And so, dang, what is with these people? Well, thank you. Yeah, I hopefully I will earn more subs over time. That's the goal, is just keep interacting with the people and engaging and giving good content, and hopefully everything, you know, pans out in the end. Well, thank you, Fax. You guys are funny. You Cooper Kellen and Overspace was it Overspace? Oh, Outer Space VR. Sorry, it's small on my screen. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's like I said, it's not a hard thing to get sub 20. I'm just not consistent. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, if you, especially if you work, like I said, it's part of the problems too, is like having, like I work, you know, I travel a lot and all this stuff, and so that's why like some of my videos you'll see me traveling, cubing on the airplane and stuff, and so I try to get in that practice when I can, but yeah, like I see a direct correlation between how much time I spend practicing and my times. I also see a funny correlation between like my environment. I've brought this up before, but like in the airport, in cubing comps, like anywhere where I'm like kind of like in a rush or like stressed for like time or anything, I feel like it pushes me to do that. Like I always laugh when people go, just turn faster, but like it's kind of true. I mean, it's like a silly answer, because it's not really giving you anything to work on. Essentially, it's just, you know, you could have thought of that, but like, but truly, like having that sense of urgency, like when I'm cubing at home, I'm very relaxed. I get like my music on or whatever. And it's like, I almost get too relaxed. Like I get too like comfortable. And so, yeah, like getting out and changing your scenarios, like I actually want to do a whole video about that, where I'll go to different locations in cube and record my times and see if there's any variance. Because again, my PB was actually at the airport randomly. Like I was like about to board the plane, and I just needed to finish, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I just like had to take a screenshot, because I was like, I had to go. It was on CS timer. It wasn't even like, so yeah, it's an interesting thing. But yeah, like again, and just to remind people, like I've only been cubing 2 years. like I assume that when I'm cubing for 5 years or so, I'm gonna be pretty solid with my average. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that have just started that are faster than me or whatever. But again, I think it comes down to how much time you can devote. Um, and that's why I give a lot of props to the people. Anyone who is faster than me, I'm like, good for you, man. That means you work hard. Because I know I work hard and I'm only this fast, so you must be working hard. But yeah, how's everyone doing this Saturday? Just a generic Asian. You guys have the funniest names. I'm tired. Yeah, hopefully my whole philosophy regarding cubing is, people agree with. I would hope so. I'm like I said, I try not to be, definitely not a know-it-all. I'm definitely just sharing my objective experience with you guys. So, real quick, I just figured. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. It's the worst being sick. I just had a family member get out of the hospital actually. It's been brutal. So these are both GAN 251 leaps. This was the non-UV one, but I actually UV coated this myself. And this was again one of the, see those like ripples? Those are like, that I don't really like. Actually, that's one of the reasons I bought this, is because like I love this cube the way it feels, but this was one of the first cubes I ever UV coated, and so I didn't let it self-level as much, and it bothers me so much. I mean, the turning actually feels better. It's more like, somehow it's more slippy, more cushy. Something about it feels less clacky. I don't know if the UV coat's keeping it, like all the pieces really like almost glued together. Geez. Oh, I believe it. So what grade are you guys in? One sec. I don't have kids, and not the best with like what age and stuff you are at certain grades, and so yes, that's a very good point. You can do that. You can also take acetone and just kind of remove it and start fresh. Absolutely, those are totally viable ideas. I mean, honestly, it's really, I mean, that side was worse. Like most sides are actually really good. I was picking a side that just it kind of has always irked me, but like most of them are really good. So yeah, no, you can, and like if I'll say it now so you don't have to watch the whole video. But like in my UV coating video, I went over how like the brand that I use, it's like a wipe off. So like if you really give it, see, I just was impatient. If you really give it time to self level and then cure it, it will be perfect. I was like, oh, it looks good, and so I just jumped in there and it wasn't quite leveled. Now that's my own fault, but I used some other brands first, and this is where like I've talked about. Well, I watched the video for the Maru Labs technician, and 6th grade. Oh man, you guys are going. So is that part of middle school here, or is, because where I came from, middle school was 7th and 8th. Sometimes I know it's 6, 7, 8. Well, I hope you're okay, man. I hope hope that everything heal up properly and everything. But yeah, so essentially though, if you let it self level, it will look perfect. I mean, I can attest to that. I have the cubite that I just did right away, and this one doesn't have a ripple on it. So it's just a patience thing. I was new. I was, brand new at it, but yes. So like I said, that Maru Labs guy, he used a much less forgiving coat, and it went on really thick. It didn't self level near as much. It just kind of like it started hardening on its own and whatnot, and so I actually did have to do that. I had to let it cure, like dry it, wipe it off and everything. I'm in the British. Whoa, cool. So are you British? Is that, I'm guessing? I'm like, that would only make sense, I guess. But sorry, I keep getting distracted, but so it didn't look good. It was these ripples times 1,000. I mean, it was so bumpy and obvious. I mean, there's been people also, I've watched their tutorials on UV coating, and that's how it looks, and they're just like, oh, that's done, it's fine, it feels good. And like, just, I don't know, I don't, like, it's not trying to like say like I do better job or anything. I'm just saying like my standards are very high. So like, that's, I just am saying like the UV coating for like the giveaway cubes and whatnot are going to be really perfect, because I really try to put my best foot forward. So you guys, I don't think of it as like, oh, well, it's not going to me, so I might as well just, you know, I think of it as, yeah, I think of it as, you know, I want to put the best product out for you guys, so. But, yeah, I think we're gonna call it. I'm gonna do one more solve here. Let's do a solve on the giveaway cube. Oh, that was terrible. I didn't even set up my bottom right. I didn't set up my top right. That's the thing with 2x2 too, is like, you go into it with this like plan, and it's just like, all right, let's go. And if it's not right, you just kind of, oh well. Ah. Oh man, I'm doing so bad. God, I hate that OLO for 2x2. When you get your top and then your headlights on the front, so like for 3x3, you would just go, and you know, that would be solved. But like for 2x2, it's so different. God, I can't even think of it now. Let's see. Whew, 5.56, but yeah, it's the dun 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 dun. That's it. Okay, so it's this case, and you do dun 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 dun. But it's faster, don't get me wrong, but like I always have a brain fart moment where I'm like, ugh. My average on 2x2 is usually like 5 seconds. Yeah, if I'm on my game, like I said, I definitely need to keep practicing and warming up. But yeah, like that was a 5.5. That's pretty normal. Like I've gotten a 0.9, which was like a huge skip. So like I don't really honestly hardly count that, but like, I mean, I think I was skipped like every like OLIMP. I feel like I solved like just like the bottom part, and like the whole cube came together. And it actually, part of it too is like I was so surprised it was solved. I was like hit it, but I was like, was that real? Like, did that really happen? Not on camera too, so it's like, that's why I'm like, I don't hardly count that. Nice, practicing your OLO and PLO. That's what I should be doing. So like, again, when I learned OLO, like I said, for the very first time, I started with just like anything after the cross, and then moved on from there, because I mean, oh nice. Yeah, it's but yeah, that's anything sub 10 is, I feel like, is good. I mean, again, I haven't learned all of, someone was telling me, what was it, Ortega I need to learn if I want to get faster at 2x2. And that's probably my next thing if I really want to get faster at that. Like, it's hard because I'm really trying to get faster at everything, and you really almost want to stick to one type of puzzle at one time. It gets a little bit overwhelming when you do a lot of puzzles, like I'm doing 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, 7x7 Megaminx, trying to learn Scube, Pyraminx, you know, just a little bit of everything. Pyraminx I'm slow at. It's funny, so as easy and simple as it is, I just haven't devoted any time to it yet. All right, everyone, it's been a little over an hour. I think I'm gonna take off here. It's the weekend, and it was my dog's birthday yesterday, so I still owe her some. Oh, nice. So you're probably, yeah, you probably, because like I said, you probably are more consistent. Like I said, my average is around 5 to 6, but like that's once I'm warmed up and stuff. Like with most cubes, like I can get it pretty close to my average, like without warming up. But like there's just certain ones, and when I say close, I mean like, you know, if I say I average 2 minutes on 4x4, I'll get like a 2:30 when I'm cold, and then, you know, I'll get a sub 2 once I start get warmed up. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Someone told me earlier, they're like, man, you do a lot better if you got a better camera setup and stuff and whatnot. And I'm actually working on that. I'm working on setting up my over-the-shoulder camera. I have like a front-facing camera as well, so I can get those mixed and do like a picture-in-picture thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If there's any last questions or anything, I'll hang out for just a second here. But essentially, we'll call that a day. We'll have to, yeah, we'll have to get together again soon. I'll post. So I'm gonna post those PLL training, that training video right away. I'll do a post for that, and I will also post a schedule for my future live streams. So, and just don't forget, you guys, only about an hour left before we do our giveaway on the cube. So, good luck to everyone. Like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't already, and get in there, and I'll pick someone that well deserving. So, you guys have a great weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.